Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Skipping the intro today because I can't be bothered. I hope you're all well. And it kind of gets in the way at times. Usually, I kind of did that intro, so I was like, at the last minute panic, I can like go from the starting the stream straight into, hold on, I've got an extra 20 seconds to do something. Make sure things are working. So, no need for that today, so we can skip that bloody intro. I hope you are all well. Good evening. Oh, missed one from Peter. He's on the road. Thank you very much, Peter. We'll catch up with you next time, hopefully. Evening, Baz. Evening, Chris. Good evening, Paul. Here. On the correct day. Well done. Evening, Ozzy. Ozzy, who's now got a moderator's job on the ICM photo group Facebook page, I see. Whilst Stephanie's out of action. Best wishes to her, by the way. Good evening, John. Good evening, Al. Good evening, Eileen and David. Now, David, I must publicly thank you for your delivery this week. I will get them into the fridge at some stage. Thankfully, my office is always pretty cold, so it's all good. But very thankful to David for sending me these. They are pretty much out of date now, and they will be very out of date by the time I get around to using them. So thank you very much to David for that. I'm looking forward to using them. But I have actually got... Where's my camera gone? There it is. I have finally loaded some film into my new camera. Actually, if Peter was here, he would tell you how good the old Panasonic type of things are. Pentax, wrong P. How good these are. I am sure they are very well. So I've installed, because that's what you do with film. I've loaded some Hector 100 into that. So, no idea what that means. I just knew it's a reasonable kind of film to use. I don't know. No idea. So I'm going to be doing some playing around with that in the coming weeks. I had the idea. Actually, I need a battery so I can actually, it meters itself. In the past, I did, because the UK, or rather England is, where I'm currently on lockdown number 2, I did have an idea of doing a project over lockdown where I would take a single image every single day using that. But seeing as we've been at it nearly a week and I haven't got a battery yet, then that's that project out the window, because I'm really good at not getting projects done. That's all right. It is I think it's a Spotmatic something or other. It's Spotmatic. That's what it says. Japanese thing. Well, I think they're all Japanese, aren't they? These cameras. So, I think I did look into it. 1969 these were released. Older than me. Right. Who else is? Good evening, Anne. Welcome along. Good evening, Jerome. I always shoot in RAW because you can move colours more with more, it keeps all its bits and pieces. And doing all that kind of stuff. So I would always recommend shooting in RAW for everything, basically. Which is always a bit of a disappointment with some of the cameras that do multiple exposures. That a lot of them, they only give the final result as a JPEG, which is always a big problem for me. I think they should always be RAW files. So. Hi, Paul. Thank you for coming along. I'm making a great effort to come along all the way from Australia in the early morning. I'd imagine it is over there. You'll be pleased to know that your calendar is in the post. As is pretty much everybody else's, actually. I've got a few of them just waiting on a few confirmations before they get dispatched, but the last couple of days there's been some big deliveries to the post office. So if you are in the UK and you've ordered one, chances are, depending if the Royal Mail is doing its bid by getting the post out on a timely manner, may well be dropping through your doors tomorrow. Fingers crossed, anyway. And if you're interested in a calendar, there are a few left. I think I've got 14 left. So if you're after one of them, please do get ordered quickly to avoid disappointment. Link is at the top of the chat because YouTube have very kindly made certain things in chat pinnable. So I can leave that at the top. Fantastic. So that was quite good timing. And I don't need to type it in all the time. There's probably a link in the description as well. Ooh, the battery didn't make it work. Well, I'm going to buy a battery. If it doesn't, then I'll have to rely on guesswork, I suppose, for exposures and all that kind of stuff. I did look for a light meter thing for the phone, you know, like to make it, you know, act as a light meter. It just kept on crashing. So if anybody's got any recommendations for a light meter software, preferably free, on the Android operating system, do let me know, because I don't fancy using maths and stuff to work it all out. So there we are. Right, so that was it actually. Another chance to flog a dead horse. That is the aforementioned calendar. So if you're interested, then please do get onto the internet. Actually, you're all on the internet already, aren't you? Get on and clicking the links, and you can get lovely stuff like that. And even, I wouldn't call it a free print, but there's a cutout and keep print inside the front cover as well. You know, just in there. So when you're at the end of the year, back end of next year, you've got a print that you can just cut off. There's even a guideline to where to cut. And you can bung it in a frame or whatever. There you go. That is the calendar, available from the link in descriptions and chats and stuff. There you go. Gran, thank you very much for your allowing me to flog my guts out like that. Right. Thank you, David. It's called light meter, is it? You're complicating things by doing things on. Right. I will search that one out, David. Thank you very much. I did download one thing and it just crashed the entire time. Baz, what do you mean by scratches? Do you mean like light? You know, obviously, because the light will dominate. That will give you lines and stuff. Shut that down. Well, I've got a few options anyway to give it a try. Something to play around with anyway, because I'm not relying on my eyes, and I'm not buying a light meter. Yeah, basically, Bars, it's a bit like woodland photography in normal landscape photography, is that you avoid capturing the sky, because the sky will put in all those lines and stuff. So that's the bad thing about woodland photography, especially for ICM. So you either find a wood that's very, very, very thick and there is no light coming through, or there's a lot of foliage in the way. Not the best at this time of the year, because it's all falling off. But yeah, all those light streaks, that's just something that you've either got to shoot around, or basically what I also recommend is to, basically how I work is do lots and lots of photographs, ICM photographs, and then blend them together. But if you use the darken blend mode, then all the darker parts will layer over that and kill out all that light. So if you can play around with that, then you've got more chance of getting rid of it. But it's one of them things that it's just an inherent danger. So unfortunately, just try to avoid it. So be selective on your subject, on what you're photographing, and that will hopefully. Yeah, even with sun bars, the your tree or the woodland is dark, but whatever light is coming through that is actually, it's obviously lighter than the dark tree. That therefore the camera is going to pick up and use all that light and move that around. So it's just like shooting ICM when you've got a reflection in a window or a car lights. Those light sources will follow you all around the frame. So just one of them things you've got to either work around or just don't shoot it. So it's one of them. It is awkward. It's not great. That's why I try to photograph with lots of sky, and then you haven't got them problems. Just one big problem. Hi Dan, hope you're well. Oh my word, sounds like it's been a rough day for you, Diane. I hope you stay well. You settle down, get yourself a glass of wine, and relax. We're all here. Hi, Francesca. Good to see you tonight as well. And hi, Jerry. Welcome along. Hope you're all well. Hope you enjoyed your hike, backpacking trail that you were on. Pay for an app? Are you kidding me? No, I'll have a look at it, David. We'll see what it's. See how it comes out. Right then, getting underway because I've been rabbiting on far too long as usual. Not a problem, Baz. Always happy to answer questions. Right, so I was up at Lindisfarne on last Wednesday, I think it was. How time flies. Very bright sunny day, which is the last one we had because it's been miserable ever since. So actually, if I share my screen might help, mightn't it? Keep forgetting about these things. So I went up to Lindisfarne, which I've featured many times in uploaded videos and live streams and the whole shooting match. Come on, Lincoln. Place of castle and upturned boats and harbours and priories and all kinds of great stuff. So these few shots here I am going to make a video on, for reasons I shall divulge in said future video, which may or may not come anytime soon. But I did go up to Lindisfarne to shoot a vlog, finally, after months and months and months. So I've got to remember how to actually edit video again. It's been so long. So anyways, what I thought we would do is just try to cobble something together out of this kind of iconic view of the upturned boats at the harbour at Lindisfarne. You've got the castle in the background there. And because the data in these is a bit naff and a bit crap, then I think I'm going to try to kill my computer by blending lots of them together. Very good, Diane. Well done on that. Celebration indeed. We'll drink to that. So, David, when you go home, that means it'll the sun will come back out again. I mean, when you go back to work, the sun will come back out. Hi, Kangaroo. Welcome along. Hope you're well. Obviously been busy recently. Right. I'm getting distracted. Reading too much chat. Right, so I think I'm going to roughly start with this one. And I'm going to basically queue up all of these ones and see what we get. So I did edit an image like this of the same location back in January, I think it was. And I was kind of working on a new kind of, not a new technique, but kind of a technique just to kind of expand things. Or like do something a little bit different. So we're going to work on that. Let's get started. So, usual things to sort out. Detail noise reduction. Need to get rid of all the dust spots because I did photograph this at about f14 or something like that, something near it. There'll be lots of dust spots. So very quickly get them out of the way. Yeah, I think there should be a massive ball. I think I might need to open one up myself later to celebrate with you. Alright, just bear with me, people, whilst I finish cleaning this up as best as I can. Or as much as I need to, I should say. Should cover the most bases, right. So... hi, Arrow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Right, so colour-wise, I'm not that fussed about the colour this evening. It's more about what I'm going to do. So, let's see, not... Yeah, let's just soften that back a little bit. Bit of contrast. Something like that. So, obviously we've got 5, can't count, 15 shots there. I'm just going to sync these all across. I think that's all the settings we need. And then we will wait about half an hour for the computer to load all 15 layers in. It's going to take a while, so we might as well have a long chat. Actually, it's taken a while for them just to put all these things onto the images, whatever you want to call them. Right. Edit. Openers, layers, and Photoshop. Now this will take a while, so might as well go back to me for whilst that's all doing, because it's probably going to take a few minutes. If you're watching on catch-up, feel free to fast forward until my face is no longer on screen. The old computer certainly would have exploded, David. This one has got a fighting chance. I hope. It's not smoke. Although the frame rate might get juddery a bit. Very juddery. It is brilliant news, Diane. Absolutely fantastic. You can breathe a huge sigh of relief. And I'm sure your family can as well. So, huge best wishes to you and all your family. Big, massive hugs the next time we see you. That's for certain. Right then, we are 8 loaded so far. So. Come on. Getting there, I think. Getting there. Also, but if anybody's interested, finally my workload has reduced a little bit. So I am intending getting streaming on Twitch again. So I think it's about a month since I last did some. So I'll be doing some gaming and a bit of relaxation stuff. Just basically passing the time. Maybe he's having a bit of a laugh on Fall Guys or something like that. So keep an eye out for that. That actually do all dust spotting. Maybe he's not. Not to worry. Right, so back to screen because it's finished. Next podcast. Yes, it's on my list to do another podcast. I've just got to draw up a dream list of people to interview and then get in touch with them and stuff like that. So hopefully. Yes. Yes, Kangaroo, yes, I started Twitch about a month ago, just because I had a bit of time spare. So I thought, why not do some more streaming, because I always enjoy it. And I reconnected with an old friend who streams, so been playing around with his stream and stuff like that on the fun games. And there's Justin. Justin's just walked in. He's a streamer as well, although I haven't seen him streaming much recently. I hope you're well, Justin. I hope you are recovered fully from your COVID stuff. And by the way, the outing to Lindisfarne was all right. It was a bit sunny, so results are a bit sketchy, to say the least. Alien, I think it's about time you came back for another look at Lindisfarne. Kangaroo, my channel name is actually, I'll put it all in so everybody out there can find it. And then you can streaming is definitely easier than video editing, David. Way better. More bang for your buck on content creation. You can stream for an hour. It would take me about 4 days to edit an hour's video. So I think I can just about manage live streaming for an hour, because there's no editing required. Just a little bit of setup at the start. Right then, that's enough of me drivelling on. More than usual. Right, let's make that a bit smaller so we can see what we're doing. Right, so you have 15 layers, or however many layers that is. Now, normally we would do, into here, then go to darken and all this kind of stuff. Look, multiply, and it just comes out a black hole. So what we're going to do, I've forgotten which one I used. It's been so long. Let's go to overlay. Go to overlay and then reduce all the layers to 50%. Maybe it's more than that. Maybe there was different. Maybe there was a different blend mode. I should have prepared for this, really, shouldn't I? Normal. Or was it normal? No, it wouldn't have been normal because that looks garbage. Must have been overlay. So what you want is, come on, computer. So overlay, but what you want to do is you want at least one layer that is on full res. So let's maybe use this back one. And then all the others are a lot thinner, more opaque, or the opacity is a lot more reduced. And just kind of play around with some of these, looking to get things as fade as possible. That should be 100%. Why did it not go to 100%? Right. Let's try that again. So these are all on. There you go. Let's go for 15%. All these top layers, 15%. If I just type in 15, it would be easier. Sorted. Right. There you go. 4 hours. Once you're allowed back out of Scotland, little drive down. Although that also tells me that it's 4 hours to yours, and then I could actually go and see some relatives that are up your way as well. You want to keep, you'll look after yourself, Justin, and just take your time, because this long COVID thing that they're on about seems to be a right bugger. Right, I'm gonna, I think my usual thing of taking layers out and stuff like that. I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna build this back, so I'm obviously gonna zero all of these layers. Not zero them. Make them invisible. We just kind of build back. So that's the back layer. Switch them off. Actually, put that one back on. Just keep on adding some of these layers together. So I don't think I'm going to need to do any movement because they are also wishy-washy. See-through. I'll leave out some of them lighter ones. Of these darker layers. Bit of thickness to the left-hand side. You've had it twice, Justin. How did they find that out? Did you have different antigens or something from the February one? Because I know I was rough as hell in, was it January, early February? There was loads of people with like really bad coughs and stuff. Quite nasty back then. Hi Larry, good to see you. Finally got the time difference down. Does that mean your daylight savings things is realigned to ours? Because it's always a little bit out of whack. Well, good to see you. And by the way, I emailed you. I don't know whether you've picked that up or not. So if you could check your email, Larry, be appreciated. Right, so some of these are a little bit thin. maybe selective ones, I'm going to increase the opacity. Just to see what kind of effect they have. What I would like is to get a little bit more definition in the castle, so you can actually see it. That's not going to do it. This is probably where experimentation comes in, doesn't it? Take that layer out. Actually, if I take that layer out, I can kind of then see where we're at. You can see a little bit more of that there now. That's better. Yeah, I hope you had your mask on that morning, David, when you saw the germ infested one from Scotland. Right, so I'm a little concerned about the line going through here. So maybe if I bring this one down to the bottom, this one is a full. That's even worse. Bad idea, Andy. We're doing proper experimentation tonight, aren't we? Actually, might be a better one for the back. Maybe. It's kind of tricky, as usual. Actually, for a laugh, let's change the blend mode. See what it does. Get out the way. It kind of kills the colour, doesn't it? Nothing left on the lighting. Yeah, it's got to be overlay. That's the only one that's keeping the colour. We've got the fill dialed down. It makes it more. Yeah. Things Phil's one I never usually play around with, must admit. I should tend to use opacity. I'll use fill when it comes to brushes and stuff. Is fill in brushes? I can't remember. Flow I use in brushes, that's what I meant. But the fill thing in the layers, I just kind of use opacity and do that kind of stuff. Anyways, we've got a bit of a shape there. I wasn't expecting marvellous things tonight, I must admit. I only just had an idea to see if it would work. And it kind of has. So we're not doing too badly. So we've got all that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to whack all them into a folder. Controls the stack a little bit easier to see. So curves there. You can probably see my computer getting slower there. I'm going to bring the highlights down. Oh, really? Come on, you knacker. Blue, bring that end down. Actually, no, I'm going to scrap that curves there. I'm going to go to the old reliable of my presets, which I think I did install, didn't I? Must have done, because we were on last week. No, Paul, I was adjusting opacity, and I must apologise for the small screen because this new monitor is like 4K, so everything's a lot smaller. For those of you that are requiring a magnifying glass to see what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, Larry, it'll be quite. I mean, is it 8 hours difference between here and California? Kangaroo will be being in San Francisco will be a similar problem. A long old way. So that's what's it? 5 hours to the East Coast, 8 hours to the West Coast. Yeah, 144 pixels might be all you need for this, though, David. Right. So I'll look at this one. This is obviously going to end up yellowish. This. This edit. I'm going to spin it around. So we can get some balance on the left-hand side. I was going to say we've got some, I mean, we've got Paul from over in Australia sitting in these PJs. We've got quite the, I mean, he's in the future because it's Wednesday already for him. Hope Wednesday's going well, Paul, if you're still on. Kangaroo and Larry over in Cali. Quite the international flavour this evening. And of course you've got and then you've got David down in Amble. all of 20 minutes away. Letting the side down. Right, that's an almost interesting effect. This is where it can get quite interesting, where you start making new shapes. I'm going to rotate that so it gets sweetens it out a little bit. I'm trying to get this line intersecting with this line going through here. If the computer will catch up. Still, it's not fast enough to be able to do it smoothly. Is it always 1953 in Wiltshire? Because I used to have a standing joke with the bosses of the place I used to work, because it was a right old-fashioned land agency run by like old fellas. So none of this modern stuff. And I always used to joke that it was the working there, it was like 1953 or 1954, one of them. It was like working in the 50s up there. Didn't suit me. All these backward ways of working. Having to wear a shirt and tie. Horrendous. You wouldn't get away with it these days. Yeah, it's just not. Wasn't, well, I mean, it was good fun, but it wasn't. Well, it was just like, really? Get with it. Like, let us work from home. Right. Ooh, we make it a little bit stronger. Lighter. Like the slightly darker version. Oh no, that's filled it out a little bit nicer with the dropped contrast. And knock the detail extraction out because we're looking for, well, maybe keep a bit of it. And it keeps some of the castle there on the edge of the boat. And I think this one could be, you know, it could make just a nice square. Yeah, I think darker look better. Oh no. What's this? Tell you what, when you're working with 15 layers, it doesn't half slow the computer down. Although I dropped frames on the output for the streaming, there's still no frames, so it's doing pretty well. Right, warm. We want to warm color. That did nothing. Strength up. We want to. It isn't good. Apologise to anybody on headphones there. But, hi, Kazi. Hope you're well. Camera club on a Tuesday. Why is everybody's camera clubs on a Tuesday? Right, I don't like this green. Well, it's green for me anyway. For those of you that are wondering. Right. That's the curves adjustment down there a bit. Green needs to go back. Down to that. That's a little bit too much. Very small increments. Keep it warm. Blues, the blue colory adjust everything. Technical terms only. The blue curve. That's what I meant. You know, adjust that because that's going to control the amount of yellow. I just want to add in a bit of blue. And then it keeps this kind of area, so there's a nicer kind of contrast there. But what we will do, we go to the RGB slider, slide out the curve. Just that goes so dull there. It's going to be a bit too red. Like that. And the basic adjustments, what wasn't it? Drop the brightness a little bit. It's maybe a bit much. Let's go back to 7, -7. Knock off the lens vignette. On. Paul, if you want to go and watch Margaret, then that's fine by me. You can always watch me later. I don't know if the Light and Land one's recorded to watch later or not. Yeah, it's Charlie trying to steal my viewership on doing it on a Tuesday night. Sly bugger. Bad enough he throws out all my images that I submitted to the Landscape Photographer of the Year competition, but then he goes and Steals me viewers on a Tuesday. Look, get. Actually, Sam that does it is lovely, a lovely lad. So I don't begrudge him. Right. Darker foreground, a bit of light in the sky. That's probably better. Very experimental tonight. That's probably a bit strong. Let's knock that back a little bit. Something to about that extent. Film type on that. Let's go. Let's not go there. Starting point was that. My God. Cover your eyes. Actually, the starting point wasn't too bad. Anything else in here before I commit? That one's looking all right. Actually, that one's looking quite nice. Some nice yellow. Right, we will come back into here. Let's just save this one. Get out of the way. Let's save this one and we'll come back and make another one. David, I put... was it 25 you could enter? I put 25 ICM images in, and I didn't get past any past, never mind one past. Planning workshops in this day and age during COVID. No, I must admit I like a good few of Charlie's stuff. It's all very graphical and very balanced, and well, the stuff that I like's that way. Very good. There's a lot of it I could never take. I just haven't got the eye for it. Right, Andy, quarter past. Get your move. Get your ass into gear. What was it? Which one was it? That one, Guiding Heaton. Guess where this one came about? Actually, I'm not sure about that one. Ooh, bit of a Star Warsy Tatooine vibe there. Let's just do a little bit of refinement here. Not that much refinement, Andy. So let's just find the sweet spot. Now, Alien, you do realise that when you say, ooh, I like that, Andy, you are about 30 seconds behind what I'm actually doing in real life, in real time. So, plus the time it takes you to type as well. So, your input is good, but exposure, boost the exposure, that's better. So when somebody says, yeah, I like that, as I'm moving across, I've already moved. Evening, Paul. So what are you gonna buy then, Atl? Are you going mirrorless? Are you going for one of them? That's better without the lens film type here. Right, this one, I just want to make it a tad lighter. Just a little bit down there. Oh, you're going Fuji. But actually, was there some deals on Fuji X-T3s at the minute? They are. I'm sure I read something somewhere that they were on, either on offer or coming up to being on offer. I don't know. Right then, this little bugger needs to be light there. Something I don't like about that. I think there's quite a bit of natural vignetting in the shot anyway. Probably don't really need any lens vignette because you've still got all this down here. So I'm thinking it's going to be square crop, I think. Yeah, right. Okay, that's that one. Okay, and then we'll have one more out of these little yellow ones I can see in the bottom corner. Oh, everybody's spending the money at the minute. An XT1. Very nice. I got to trial an XT1 when people trusted me enough to do a camera review. I had an XT1 for about 3 weeks to play around with. Took me 3 weeks before I was actually used to enough. You had full use of it because it was so different to the Nikon that I've got. Yeah, so basically in the review, because I was like reviewing its capabilities for, you know, ICM and multiple exposure and stuff like that, I basically said it was crap. So I've never been trusted with another camera review since. They don't like truth being told. Evidently so. Right then, so this one. Very yellow, isn't it? Too yellow. Too yellow, the screen can't cope with it. So let's got this one green. Let's reduce the green a touch. Or a lot. Not that much, Andy. No, a little bit below. Get rid of the green. So let's go. Luminosity. Ian's already been playing with this. No, about there. Just having that there. I'm just going to do a little bit. Come on, drag around to see what effects it might have. I think as it was before is the yeah. Undo, back to where you were before, Sunny Jim. Right. I think that'll do. That'll do. Yeah, I knew I'd seen some. I'd seen something about the Fuji's being on offer at the minute. It's grand if you've got the money. Now's the time. Unless you want a Canon or something. Yeah, right. No more there. Just this one. Let's okay that. So we've got three pictures today. Now, what I'm not going to do, I am not going to save the full stack because we will be here all bloody day. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to nullify that one. I'm going to control thingy and E. And then this group, I'm going to ditch that. So we've now got these 4 finished versions. So that was the starting point. That was the first one. File, save as. Yeah. Right, that'll save the whole lot. Yes, okay. Probably haven't got all my settings set up properly on here still. Come on. Come on. My head's in the way, so you can't see it being stuck at 99%. Oh, and I got rid of all the crap part of it. You've got 4 layers to save, that's it. Why does it take so long? Right. Right, okay, so we want that one. Way speedy. Flatten the image. Okay, don't show it again. File, save as. Why does this not put edit on the end anymore? It's probably a setting. Save. It's done it. Undo. Flatten. Actually, this better imported them back into Lightroom, by the way. I'd be most mad if I haven't. Save. Not sure I've put them back into the Lightroom. Yes, I have. Fantastic. Right. Got this one. The other good thing about doing these today means that when I finally edit the vlog together, I have some pictures to put in that are not just shot as is. Right, so cropping time. Jerome's best time, favourite time of the stream. Crop, there we go. So we want a virtual copy, and this one is instantly, well, there's a few dust spots I need to clean up obviously, but we will sort that in due at another time. So I'm thinking long and narrow, so 2x1. Do we quite like that curve intersecting about there, so that will do. Actually, it's looking quite dark now that I've got it on the white background. Not to worry. Have I got white? Oh, I have got white on the back of Photoshop. Yeah, so that one. This one I was thinking square crop, wasn't it? Get rid of some of that vignetting. I had a lot of them dust spots at the bottom. Actually, we could probably do a few crops of this. Let's go okay. A new virtual copy. I think we can probably go along with this one as well. This really has got a tattoo type of vibe for me. Maybe it's because I've been watching The Mandalorian. Right, maybe it's about there, but maybe it's have to do a bit of creative content that we're filling in that corner. Yeah, nice bit of open space on the left hand side, quite liking that. And then this was the other one, and I think this one was leaning towards a square crop. Just feeling it out on the top of my head. Something, maybe tuck it in a little bit. Actually, as you can probably tell, there's no science to this for me. It's just goes on feel. Something, yeah, actually. do something like that, but let's maybe go wider. Get more of the screen in. What's that whirring into action for? Something like that. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Maybe square crop wasn't going to work there. I think that works a lot better. Looks like some kind of atmospheric thing in the background. Desert. Whatever that might be. We all know what it actually is. But yeah. Interesting. Few different... Come on. A few different shots. Obviously the first one never really works, does it? Second one, a square crop and a wider crop. Yeah, works. I think it works. So a successful evening, I think. Just about. Maybe some bit of a struggle. Successful day for Diane today, anyway. No, very best wishes to her. If she's still in the chat. If she's still watching. I'm probably on about glass number 6 by now. Celebrating, so... Right then, so that will probably do us for tonight. Let's go back to that. If you have enjoyed the stream, please do leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you wish as well. Once the stream is done, it's all been great. Thank you all very, very much for watching tonight and every week. God knows why I keep on coming back week after week, I must admit. But I'm very, very grateful that you do, and you gain from coming along here week after week. Very, very much appreciate your time to watch me just flail around in the dark like I do. So always very, very much appreciate everybody. You know, whatever you say, do, give, whatever. It's all fantastic. Just thank you very much for the support. You know, on everything, you know, everything I put out there, whether it's a bit Instagram, or whether it's a tweet, or whether it's a product, or a video, or whatever. Just any interaction and stuff like that is brilliant and much, much appreciated. And I probably don't say it enough. So thank you very much again for everything. And especially for watching this evening as I ramble. Grant, thanks, Arrow. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers, Adel. I like to share the process because there's no magic to it. It's just flinging images together and trying to cobble something out of it at the end. Square crop for you for this one, David. Yeah, I think both work, to be honest. Thank you very much. Thank you, Aileen. Thank you, Paul. Right, before I witter on any more, I will bid you fond farewell for this evening. And it is Bake Off, and it's time, so I'm like half an hour in, so I'll catch the second half. So. I will see you next week, hopefully. Fingers crossed. It might be more stuff from this shoot, because that's where things are. So until then, I'll find the button. Yeah. So until then, thank you all very much for watching, and until the next one, keep it hard. See ya.